Hello YouTube and welcome to tutorial number 55 in the Microsoft Visual Basic.NET Program tutorials, and today we're going to quickly cover modules and what they do, what they are, stuff like that. So yeah, let's continue. Alright, so make a new project and we'll just call it using modules. Now the first thing I want to say is please do not get confused with modules and classes. I will cover what a class is and how to use classes in probably the next tutorial, but this tutorial is just going over what a module is. And basically a module is just used to like store functions and subs and even variables. So let's say you have a really complicated application and you've got a lot of stuff there, a lot of subs, a lot of functions, a lot of variables, and you can't just store that in your main class. You can use modules to separate them, like functions that do this, functions that do this, subs do this, etc. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how to add a module, how to access the members of that module, and okay, yeah. So what we're going to do is create like a sort of a calculator, but that's besides the point. We're not really stepping backward here because this is not really the tutorial. Like, it's not about how to create a calculator, it's how to use a module. So just add one button and put calculate, and what we want to do is have two text boxes for two numbers and then one text box for the outcome. So first of all add two text boxes and then add a label, and on that label just put total, and once again add another text box. Let's try and make this a bit neat, sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush. So the two numbers we will add together will be up here, and then the total will be displayed in here. Okay, it's not the best calculator I've ever seen, but just for the purpose of doing this tutorial. So what we're going to do is create a function that will add two numbers together, and then the total will be displayed here. So what we would normally do is just go into our code here and just create a function up here. But what I want to do today is add a module and then hold that function in that module and then access it in this class. So right click up here, your project name. If you're using Visual Basic 2008, it might be a little bit different for you, but just try and follow along. Just go to right click and go to add and then go to module, and I'm going to call it functions.vb. Okay, and here you will just be presented with another coding window. Now all of the functions and subs and variables will be held in between module and then a name and then m module. So what we want to do is create a function, and I'm going to first of all create a private function. So I'm going to say private function add numbers, and then by val number 1, whoops, spelled that wrong, number 1 as integer, and whoops, by val number 2 as integer. Now if you don't know what we're doing here, you should watch the tutorials on functions and by val and by ref. But basically all we're doing is creating a function, and then it adds them. You just specify the numbers in brackets because we're basically declaring a variable inside this function. Okay, so what we're going to do is return number 1 plus number 2, and all that's going to do is add the two numbers together. Okay, so we have our function inside the module here, and that should work in here, right? So if we go into here and we say button 1 click, we're going to add numbers, and in brackets number 1, sorry, textbox1.text and textbox2.text. But you'll notice we'll get an error, and it doesn't know that add numbers is declared, but we've declared it in our module. Now even though the members of the module are shared, we still need to declare the functions and variables as public. So where it says private here, to quick fix, just put public function. Now this function is able to be accessed in this class and anywhere else in your application, and any other classes, any other forms, whatever you want. And you'll go back here and you'll notice that this is now changed and it works. So let's just test this out, and whoops, sorry about that. We'll just add together 5 and 10. Oh, sorry, whoops, I forgot. Need to, let's see, text box 3 dot text equals. So I'm a bit tired right now. We'll return that value to text box 3 dot text. We'll add 50 and 120, let's say, and you'll see the answer is 170. And you can see that works now, and we don't have to have this big messy long code function here. We can just hold it right in here in our module. So let's say we want to declare a variable in this module, and let's just declare blah as integer equals 10, and declare blah2 as integer equals 20, and then we'll go into form 1, and let's see, we'll just replace this here, whoops, with blah and blah2, and you'll notice again that it's saying blah is not declared and blah2 is not declared. But why is that? We declared it in our module. Well, all you do to declare a variable in your module is to replace the dim with public, and that's going to declare these variables publicly, so they can be accessed in this class, in any other class. And then you'll notice that there, and we declared it's 10 and 20. Let's give it a try. And 30, 10 plus 20. So yeah, that's it done. So basically, you know, just trying to, in conclusion, modules are just a way to store information like variables or functions or subs, and the different classes in that. What's the best way to explain this? All the members of a module are shared, even though we have to declare them like publicly, and there's no constructor. So like in a class where you can create instances of that class, in a module you can't create an instance of this class. This is just, you can't create an instance of the module. This is just the module. So all the information is basically just a way of storing functions and variables and subs and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope that cleared up what a module is to you guys. And if you didn't understand that bit about instances and stuff like that, about classes, don't worry, you don't have to understand it right now, but you will in the next tutorial when I cover what a class is. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this tutorial. Oh, and by the way, one more thing. Also with modules, you don't have to use the prefix. So let's say we want to, let's go here and let's say this is another calculate button. Just ignore this for now. You don't have to say like functions.add numbers. You can just use add numbers, like message box.show add numbers, and then in brackets textbox1.text and textbox2.text. That would be the same as doing, whoops, message box.show functions.add numbers, textbox1.text and textbox2.text. So like, let's just test this out. 50 and 2, and you'll see 52 and 52. So you don't have to use the prefix this here, you just have to use add numbers, because you know that's all the things in the members of the module are shared throughout the whole application. So yeah, that's all really, guys. I didn't really plan this tutorial at all because I'm rushing it a bit because I've got stuff to do, but yeah, that's what a module is, and I'll cover classes in a much more detailed way and show you guys about classes and stuff, and that will be in the next tutorial. But yeah, this tutorial is something I probably should have covered a long time ago, but you know, I just kind of forgot about this. Like, I expected you guys to automatically know like all the basics and stuff like that. But you know, when I start making C# tutorials, I'll go over everything in a much, you know, I've used the hindsight like of my VB.NET tutorials, so I know like what I've done wrong. My C# tutorials will be a lot better, but you know, whatever. Subscribe, comment, rate. I'll see you guys. Peace.